At some point, I just start writing my father's name there because like whatever they get, they get. Like, you can't kill me. I'll give you a pole dance first before I treat you. Nigeria never felt like home to me.
Oh, premium tier.
For Corona, because it was my therapy. Without that, I wouldn't have the mindset to be in med school.
Hi guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. See who is here. Virtue. So yeah, Virtue has been on my channel a couple of times, but more on vlogs. I don't think it's really done sit down videos. But anyways, I just posted a video of her graduation photo shoot and stuff like that. Yeah, but it's not public yet, but I think by now it should be up. So I'm going to leave it up in the cards for you guys to go check it out. My medical doctor, is going to be answering and just talking about medical school experience here in the Philippines. So Virtue, did you try to go to med school in Nigeria before you came here, or you just
I didn't exactly try, but I wrote JAM and I wrote like the entrance exam for some schools for medicine. But like I wrote for Unical and I never got my result up until this moment.
That's Nigeria for you.
I never got my. I don't know whatever.
Where the results entered.
Yeah. But then the thing is that like my dad was sure sending me out, but for the moment I was still there. He just likes us getting busy. He just wants us to be doing something. So he made us write JAM, made me write PCM or whatever they call it, and yeah. Oh, I just did it. I also wrote for one private school, but when I can't remember.
Okay. When you got here, right, or when you heard you were coming to Philippines, what was your reaction?
Okay, first of all, don't judge me, people. Don't judge me. This is a story. Don't judge me. So I always used to hear about like people talk about like they watch Filipino movies, but I did not know Philippines existed. Let's start from there. I didn't know what Philippines was. No, I'm not saying that in a bad way. I'm saying that as I was ignorant.
Oh, okay.
That's what I meant. I just didn't know it existed. I was just ignorant of this country.
Yeah.
You know? So then I was like, oh, you're going to Philippines. I was like, oh, okay. I didn't research. I didn't do anything. I didn't. Okay, I knew I was going to Philippines at some point. I didn't still know the name of my school. Like literally, my dad just told me one day, pack your shit. You know, pack up. You're traveling. They just shipped me out here. I had no choice, no say. I just like, okay.
You packed and you left.
Where are we going? I'm out.
Your first day of school in Philippines, like, what was shocking to you?
I mean, how would I say? I'm a kind of person with amnesia, so I don't remember much. But I feel like what shocked me the most was the size of the school. Because you know universities in Nigeria, like you before you move from one place to another, you can take a cab, you take So that I was like, is this all of it? Like, is this everything?
Everything.
Like I walked around and I looked, I was like, this is it, right? It's like that's it. Like,
so you were not shocked about the fact that they wear uniforms? That didn't hit you.
That came later because at first I wasn't wearing uniform, but that came later. I was like, oh, they have to wear uniform. I was like, oh, what the hell? Like, because to me, I thought, we're coming here. They probably don't wear uniforms and stuff. But that shock came after I saw the size. Because me, I'm the kind of person that is very observant of my environment. So I expected like a huge mass of land and shit. But like I got there and it's just like cubicle. It's like, oh, okay.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
wow. I think for me it was uniform at first, not even the building. I didn't really care about the building, but the uniform, I'm like, why?
Oh my god, at first I said, what pissed me off about the uniform is that we had to wear skirts.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to see the picture of me in my skirt. Even the devil doesn't want to see it.
But you barely ever wore skirts still.
I wore it.
Until like med school, but during BSBS you were wearing trousers.
I started with skirts. And then I switched to pants. And then the beginning of med school, I started with skirt because like they were saying, oh, there are rules and they're blah blah blah.
Yeah,
at some point, I didn't give a shit. Rules are there for somebody to break it, and I represent those people.
She breaks the rules.
Somebody has to.
Don't be like her.
Somebody has to. So I
And I think when you start wearing pants, that's when everyone now like got the courage to actually wear pants.
Trendsetter. I'm a trendsetter. Anybody's saying that.
Okay, so how about like the education system?
I would say it's a very really very different education system, and I would say for when it comes to Nigeria and here, Nigeria is way harder. Way harder. Like apart from the school system, the staffing system,
will make
the
things
teachers
hard for you.
Teachers here make it hard, but trust me, I would take them over the ones in Nigeria.
You know, I failed med school in Nigeria. Let me go into that conversation.
I mean, like, I won't be surprised. I'm sure if I'm there, I'll pretty much fail that shit on the first try.
I failed.
Probably like carry over all the subjects, like carry over everything.
Honestly,
like, I mean, and apart from that, the school environment. Okay, imagine now if it's like public school. Imagine going to a public school in Nigeria. Imagine with all the, you know, not to shade the country, but the cultism and all of that.
It's not safe.
There's a lot of other things going on that would take your focus away from school. And also, I feel like one of the reasons my dad didn't want us to stay, you know, in university is because of the strike. Like, you have a course of 4 years and you end up finishing it in what, 7 to 11 years? Even way worse. Like, you know, the strike is always so long, and then like, okay, you have strike and they just announce strike is ending today, and the next day you have exams.
Or the fact that they teach you, they keep
match.
teaching, and wait for months. After months, you now write the exam.
Something like that. And they be like, oh, if you don't buy our handouts, you're not going to pass. You know, and there are many other stuff, you know, with the teachers and the sexual harassment and stuff. So I'd say like when it comes to like when you just think of it right out of the bat, you would say, okay, the education system here is a lot easier.
It's transparent. Like, you can tell when you're failing. You can tell like what's going on with your grades. In Nigeria, you don't really.
Yeah, in Nigeria,
it's not transparent.
Here's a little bit transparent. In some schools, it's transparent. But okay,
I know where you're coming from.
Some schools it's transparent. Some other schools it's not. But we'll stick with transparent.
Let's talk about exams. Like, you know how we have multiple choices, we have essays, we have lab, moving exams and stuff. So which one do you think is preferable for you?
Okay, I'd say, I feel like to everybody, multiple choice is
always
is way better, because like, we're like, okay, at least if you sometimes if you see two answers that you know, like, you can guess between them and get it. But if it's like essay, it's like you're writing for it. If you don't know it, you don't know it. You don't know shit, you don't know shit. You can't even. You can't. And then when it comes to the labs, like the moving exams, imagine trying to rack your brain to spell.
In seconds.
Just imagine trying to spell, like, you know, hippopotamus in like 2 seconds.
Never like.
And you know how medical names are, like, maybe let's say
very
parasitology or microbiology. You're trying to spell and you know those and
you don't have like 10 seconds to move to the next.
It's like wrong spelling wrong. So like at some point I just start writing my father's name there, because like whatever they get. Like, yo, you can't kill me.
Which do you prefer now that it's online classes and, you know, the offline classes?
When it comes to for me, on site is always the best, because you get to interact. Well, it's not like I interact with anybody's shop, but like, you know, you get to interact with people. You get to be outside. You get to see things, you know, as they are. Like, if they show you this thing, or this is it, you get to see it. So it's way better. But if we're thinking of we being lazy students, online, we'll pick online, because it's like once exam come, it's easy to just ask somebody or just pass. But that's that's leading a lazy life, and we end up not knowing what we're doing. At the end of the day, even though some of us were like, yeah, nobody gives a shit, but at the end of the day, you know, at least we want to take out something from the school. Even if it's a small bit of it, we want to learn something. So I think on-site is better, because that way you can also interact with other people. Like, you know, if you don't understand something, you can ask your classmates. For people who do that, you know, you can talk to the teacher and explain, you know, stuff like that. And I think with that way you learn better, because even if you're not paying, let's say you're not paying attention, you're in class, you're doing other things, but at least you hear something. But if you're online, it's like your camera is off, you're even sleeping.
Most of the time.
The other time I was in the shower, they were having class. I came back. I was the only one in the meeting room. Everybody has
Oh
left.
God.
One time I slept. I woke up. I was the only one.
Speaking of being a lazy student, Betty, let me ask you, how have you managed to balance med school and your lifestyle, please?
Wait, what's my lifestyle?
See, Betty is never in this
Don't
house.
make people think something.
Betty,
Stop. Don't listen to her. I'm always.
Betty is never in this
I'm
house.
always in this house in my room. They just do not know I'm in my room.
Hey,
Because
no.
So I'm always locked up in my room.
Betty, I've seen
Time
you
out.
where you have exam in the morning, and then you just come in from wherever it is you went to, and you're like, oh, Samira, what's this going? And the next thing she writes her exam, like
Med school would not stop my shine.
your groove.
Would not stop my shine. See, med school would not stop my shine. But anyway, I mean, like, even before now, right? There's a way like I manage like my sports, active life, and going out at times, because those things, like, especially for sports now before Corona, because it was my therapy. Without that, I wouldn't have the mindset to be in med school. I think without those things, I wouldn't be able to hold it down in the class or in school. So if I don't release that pent up stress in sports and taking breaks and doing all the stuff, then like I would break down. Like,
true.
Other people have their own.
Sometimes
I don't know,
you need to take breaks.
I don't know how other people do this, because I get that question like, Rich, how do you go for practice, you go to the club and you do this one? I'm like, because one, I love dancing. Like, dancing it's like simple. Dancing and sports, they are my therapy session. Like, that's the therapy session. So when I get that, I'm like, okay, now I've released
Focus
this. I've released this for the weekend. Now I can focus for the week. And but now in fourth year, when we would have to go to the hospital, it would probably be a lot more difficult. But like, I'm not ready for it. But it's bound to happen. So by the time we go to the hospital, whatever happens, happens.
Well, Sha, for me too, I feel like during school days I was like that as well. Like, I'll party. School will take care of itself at the end of the day.
I mean, like, I take my time. Like back then, because like we had exams. Let's say we had breaks in weekend, and then we had exam like on Monday, right? So we have a schedule, right? We have subjects, and whatever we did that week, we'll write the exam on Monday. So what I'll do is after the teaching or after whatever, I'd study during the week. Whether it's like short study or whatever, I'll just take my time to study those topics during the week. So once I cover that during the week, then my weekend is free. So during the weekend, the morning time, I can also review, then go for my athletes, my sports and everything. And then the night before, I can review again, and then I'll be ready. Like, it works out.
So how did you find the teachers? Like, doctors anyways.
I mean, I can't. I'm someone that, I don't know about other people, I don't fraternize with teachers. So I never, like, if you ask me what's your teacher, I don't know.
You don't know their name?
They literally be asking me, Rich, do you know Dr. this? I don't know. I just know that I'm learning this subject. I don't know their names because I do not talk to. I feel like the only ones I knew was when we were having like SGD, so that's like small group discussion. So it's more intimate, so you get to know their names. But now I've forgotten, like I said.
So I've been wanting to ask you. So how do they break down the grades in med school? Because I know that pharmacy we just do midterms, prelims, and what's the last one? Comprehensive exam. So that's what we do. But is there like a different setting for you guys?
Basically for other schools here, for other med schools, I think it's the same thing. But for Southwestern, it's not really or like that. It's like, let's say back then in third year, it's like, so like I said, the next week you have an exam. There was one time they moved it to Friday. So whatever you learn from that for that week, so you have the 4 major subjects, right? So surgery, this and that. So we have 100 questions. So whatever we learned that week from any of the subjects are in those 100 questions. So it's a mix of surgery, blah blah blah. So it's like, if you fail one exam, it's like it's affecting all your subjects. So unlike other people that you have surgery, you have this, you have that. So it's like that, and your scores are cumulative. So if you pass this one and you fail the next one, it will bring your it will bring your grade down. Right? So every course, every exam, every quiz is a major quiz in our school.
Not every quiz.
Yeah,
is a
that's
major
the thing.
quiz
Even
for us.
back then in the SBS, right, we have midterms or whatever. We play with those ones, but when it comes to finals, everyone is
serious with finals.
Right? But here in med school, especially in my school, right, so it's a community school. So every quiz, even quiz as small as quiz, is major. Like, just think of it as a major exam, like an exam, major exam. So that's how it is every single time. So even now that we're also doing like rotation, like one subject, one subject. So we have like quizzes. Some of them, it depends on who's the chairman or who's handling. So they give us quizzes every day, or they just teach us and give us a final exam. So at the end of the day, it's still cumulative. So whatever quiz, whatever test, even if it's 2 questions, take it serious.
Take it seriously.
Yeah, because if you fail that, you'll be seeing yourself, oh, I'm in like 80, 90, you just failed that one. Next thing you see yourself in 60. And
in pharmacy, it's like they just give us, like, we always know that we're about to have quizzes. The only time we have impromptu quizzes is when the teacher comes in, especially early in the morning, like those 7 a.m. classes, and he sees that the class is empty today. You say 10 points for 5 questions or that kind of thing. So I think that's the only time we have impromptu quizzes. Apart from that, we're actually good. So speaking of tuition, how much is medical school a year?
Well, a year for my school is about I think it changes every time, but I think it's about 170, if not 160 something, 170K.
And
it varies from different schools. It depends on the year you are. So if you're just in first year, it will be way higher. Second year and third year, fourth year, I think
it reduces.
Then fourth year, there might be some additions because of graduation and blah blah blah. So maybe you increase a bit, but still probably not up to third year. So it's just, I think it reduces. But at the same time, it's fluctuating because like these people.
Sometimes there's an increase, So yeah, okay. So how about grading? Like, how do you guys grade? Is it from SGD to lab? To how do they grade you guys?
At this point, I can't exactly say because it's independent of the head of the particular subject or the course. So it's up to them to grade how they want to grade. So they'll tell you your scores are coming from your SGD, or 90% of your scores are coming from this or this of your course. So that's how it is. So I don't know if they changed the situation for first year, second year, third year, but for fourth year, it's really like if we're doing it online, it's really they'll tell us your scores are coming from here or here or that. Like we had psychiatry and it was like, okay, we had classes discussion, but no scores came from our discussion. It was like the only scores are coming from your exam. So I think it's independent. It's dependent on the chairman or chair lady or the head of the subject of the course.
So, if this is my last question for you, if you were given a chance to school in Nigeria and school in Philippines, what would you do?
I'll pick none of the above.
So where do you prefer to go to?
Probably somewhere else that's not any of the two. There's Canada, there's UK, there's
Australia.
I'll probably not do US, but there's a lot of other. I might even go to China. I'm telling you. I'd rather not pick any of that. But okay, since you asked, and if I had to pick, I think I'd stay here for personal reasons. I would stay here.
I feel like that because this is like you've already grown to love this place. I guess you're comfortable here already.
Yeah, maybe because like Nigeria never felt like home to me.
Oh, premium tears.
But yeah, I mean, it's like here. Let me, give me a freedom that I would never find back at home. So I would definitely pick here. Just for personal reasons.
A little bit on the same track when it comes to this question, because for me, this place actually gave me freedom, to be me. So yeah. Anyways, guys, that's the end of this video. Thank you, Becky, for coming and answering all the questions.
Hi, guys.
Let you. I don't know, but she's actually easygoing. Anyways, I'll leave her ID on the screen and the description if you want to follow her. Check her out. She's actually awesome, an amazing dancer.
Follow me.
And that goofy doctor that probably.
If you want to survive, come to my hospital.
Eh.
I'll give you a pole dance first before I treat you.
Okay guys, make sure to like, comment, subscribe and share the video as much as you can. And yeah, join the family by turning on the post notification bell beside the subscribe button. And I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye guys.
Bye guys.